Hey guys, we are on day 235 in our Bible reading plan, and today we're reading in the book of Jeremiah, chapters 49 and 50. So chapter 49 is going to describe the judgment of the Lord that is coming on all of the nations. The Ammonites are going to be judged for their worship of Molech. They're living in the land allotted to Gad, and Israel is going to drive them out. Edom is also going to become an object of horror. Damascus will also fall. The Lord says that he is going to set fire to its walls and consume its fortresses. The Lord says he's going to be sending Nebuchadnezzar against Kedar and Hazor. The Lord says he's going to shatter Elam before her foes. He's going to destroy her king and her officials, and then he's going to raise her up again and restore the fortunes to Elam. Then in chapter 50, we read of the incoming, impending judgment of the kingdom of Babylon. God is going to bring nations from the north against Babylon, and Babylon will fall. And it tells us that in those days when the Lord does this, Israel will cry out to God and make an everlasting covenant with him. And the Lord is warning Israel that they should flee because he's bringing these nations from the north and he's bringing destruction on Babylon. He says he will destroy her for her treatment of his people, and that he's going to bring his people back into their lands, and that the guilt of his people is going to be forgiven. And the Lord says he's going to overthrow Babylon as he did Sodom and Gomorrah. And we know that from our reading the other day in the end of the book of 2 Chronicles, we read that the king of Persia comes to power over Babylon. Persia does conquer Babylon. God does bring them to do that. And so we do know that these prophecies are fulfilled, and that the Lord is bringing his judgment against Babylon, his chosen tool to lead his people into captivity, but he is going to judge her for his treatment of his people. And so it isn't lost on me as I'm reading through this, how God is bringing different nations into power and then moving them out of power, all to really usher in what he does during the days of Jesus. And really, as I was considering the history here that we're reading, we know that eventually Babylon does get conquered by Persia. Cyrus, king of Persia, comes in. We read about that at the end of the book of Chronicles. 2 Chronicles tells us that Cyrus, the king of Persia, has in mind to rebuild Jerusalem. And it's just interesting to me as we consider the history and the trajectory of the history of Israel, of the nations that rule over them. From Persia, we go eventually all the way to Roman rule in the days of Jesus. And during Roman rule, we have the Romans building roads all over to conquer surrounding countries and nations. And because of the way that Rome does this, because of their commitment to Pax Romana, to Roman peace, all of these roads are built. And because of that, in the days of Jesus, after Jesus is resurrected and the early church is formed, the missions of the early church are able to reach the farthest ends of the earth at that time. They're able to go into places easily. They're able to travel easily. These things would not have been possible to spread the good news of Jesus before this time. And so just considering the way that God has brought all of these things together, ultimately for the good of the work that he's doing through Jesus Christ, ultimately so that the entire world could know him and be forgiven and set free through the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. It's just really encouraging to me. It's amazing to me as we're reading through all of these moments in history where the Lord is bringing judgment and also bringing different people into power right at specific moments in history to accomplish ultimately his plan. I'm just sort of blown away at all of the things that had to come together at just the right moments, that the Lord really worked ultimately for the good of his kingdom. Even if those things weren't great at the time, ultimately all of these things come together and culminate in the person of Jesus and what God is doing in this earth. It's just amazing to see the long-suffering patience of our God, the faithfulness of our God through all of these moments of unfaithfulness on the part of his people, that he's still working all of these things together ultimately for their good. That was just really incredible to me as I read through this and I thought through those things. I'd love to hear how this text is speaking to you today and what you thought. So go ahead and drop a comment in the Bible reading app and let's talk some more about this. Have a great day, guys.